Hello, welcome to SchneiderFIT at home workout number 19. Just like our other first workouts of the week, this one is all body weight. And we've got a couple different options for how you can go through it, making it harder or easier depending on how hard you want to work or where you're at in your day. So we're going to start with a glute bridge series, and we're going to do several different forms of a glute bridge, and they're all going to be for 15 reps. We're going to start with just a standard glute bridge. You really can't do too many of these. I mean, of course you can do too many of them, but this is a great move for hip extension, getting the muscles of the lower body going. All we're doing is driving through the heels, pushing the hips up off the ground, squeezing the hamstrings and glutes. Second, then we're going to move into the figure four, which is just hooking the foot up on top of the knee like this. One of the things I like to think about is kind of pushing this bent knee away from the body, kind of getting it away from you, get a little different stretch for the hip, and it kind of keeps a pelvis on a nice even line. 15 of those on each. Our third variation is the butterfly glute bridge. Knees are opened up wide. We're really pushing the heels and the bottoms of the feet together and thinking about keeping the knees relaxed out to the side. So you should get a decent stretch through the adductors, but once again, squeezing the glutes, kind of a little bit more glute med there. And then our final variation of glute bridge is the sideline. You've seen this in our at-home series already, but just to remind you of how to do it. We're going to sit up in side plank yet with your elbow directly underneath your forearm. You're hinged at the waist, so you're in a V shape here, feet stacked up on top of each other. So we want to extend the hips forward and drive the bottom knee down. So the butt is coming back and forward with every repetition. And we're opening the knees up, primarily driving that bottom one towards the floor. 15 of those on each side. To continue on with this little warm-up series, we're going to get into a push-up plank position. We're going to go through a series of shoulder touches and pocket touches. So it's shoulder, shoulder, pocket, pocket. That's one repetition, so you have to touch all 4 points for one repetition. Probably 5 to 10 times through that. You know, if you're only going to do it once, maybe do 20 times through the sequence. And then our final warm-up exercise is the T-stretch. So palms at shoulder height, taking them out to the side with a little bit of pace to open up the front of the shoulders, but also squeezing the muscles of the upper back and your rear delts. It's a good idea to end with some of those T-stretches at the end of this workout as well, because it's very upper body push dominant with lots of push-ups. That's the warm-up sequence, and then we're going to get into the tough part. You have a couple of different options here. If you're really, you're looking for a great kind of longer duration workout, one that's going to really test your endurance, your strength, your mind a little bit, certainly your body, is this pop squat into push-up challenge, and we're going to do it as kind of like a descending pyramid. Not really a pyramid, we're not going to be going down and up, but we're just going in one direction, descending rep scale here. So starting with 20 reps of both exercises, and then in the second round we're doing 19 reps of both exercises, then 18 reps of both exercises, working our way down until we've only done one of each. A couple different ways to do that. If that's way too much volume, and it might be, that is a lot of volume, you could start at just 10 and do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 all the way to 1. Or starting at number 20 and only do the evens as you work your way down to 2 of each exercise. But the 2 exercises for this sequence are the pop squat and the push-up. It's really simple on paper, but if you push the tempo, this gets very, very tough. So the pop squat, all that is you're going to start with your feet together right underneath you, and you're just going to drop into a squat and then tap your feet in that middle, that pop up to a tap in the middle of starting position every time. So once again, we're starting with 20 repetitions if you're going to do the full sequence. After you've done 20, you're just right down into a push-up. The nice planked line, pretty straight line from heels to the back of the head. Looking for quality push-ups in A shape, not T shape, right? We don't want to be real tucked into the sides, but A shaped. So like I said, a couple different ways to break that down. I just want to review it again. You can either do 20 pop squats, 20 push-ups, then go 19, 19, 18, 18, back and forth until you've worked your all the way down. Or you can do only even numbers, 20 and 20, 18 and 18, 16 and 16, until you've worked your way down to 2s of each. Or the last option would be just start at number 10 and work your way down to 1. Any way you do it, it's going to be a lot of volume and it's going to be a lot of work, but not enough work, right? We want to do a little bit more if we're capable. So the next sequence is 5 quick rounds through lateral squats and descending reps, speed skaters, which we're going to keep at 20 repetitions, and jumping jacks, which we're going to do 40 repetitions each time. And you can scale that to, you can knock down reps if, change those speed skaters to sets of 10, change the jumping jacks to sets of 20, and always looking for a low impact alternative. If you need it, let us know and we can offer one up. So lateral squat, we're just setting up in a wide stance. Looks a lot like a lateral lunge, except we're not going anywhere. The feet don't leave the floor. The butt is headed back towards the opposite heel. You're looking for a good squat mechanics. It's essentially a single leg squat with a nice little adductor stretch. But the butt does head back, the knees and hips break simultaneously. So 5 rounds of that. Your lateral squats, we're starting with 20 total. Then the speed skaters for sets of 20, back and forth lateral hops. Remember, you can kind of take the dynamic out of it, take the impact out of it, and slow it down and just make it a stepping speed skater. And then the last exercise is a jumping jack, a really basic golden oldie from your childhood. This does work to get the heart rate up. It works the calves, gets the shoulders involved. Sets of 40 there. When you go back through on your second round, you're only doing 16 lateral squats. The third round, you're only doing 12. The fourth round, you're only doing 8. And the last round, you're only doing 4. But trying to keep the reps high of the other 2 exercises so you get a little cardio benefit out of it. That's SchneiderFIT at-home workout number 19. No equipment required, but certainly plenty of volume for those who are looking for a challenge. Thanks.